You are now listening to the Cut and Caliber Podcast.
So Cut and Caliber is dead.
Oh, no.
Just kidding. Season 1 is coming to an end, though, which means that Season 2 will be starting soon.
Yeah. We are actually, let me paint the scene for you right now. We are in Kyle's car, and this is why it sounds a little, we're only using one microphone right now. It sounds a little different. We're in Kyle's car right outside of Black Cup. We have been super busy working on a new podcast. So that means the Cut and Caliber Podcast right now is going away until about 2019. But we're working on a new podcast.
So, to tell you a little bit about this new podcast, it's going to be a humorous take on self-improvement, and it's going to be titled
Go Fix Yourself!
And so it's a humorous pun on, well, you know. So we're going to be interviewing people that we have considered have gone and fixed themselves at some point in their life or another. So it could be entrepreneurs, politicians, everyday Joes that we feel have improved themselves in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. I think it's a good way. I think even Kyle came up with the title, Go Fix Yourself. I think that was a really good way because we wanted to kind of tell you what the podcast was about in the title. And I feel like fixing ourselves is a huge thing that we talk about. And if you go back to most of our episodes of the Cut and Caliber podcast, we talk about personal development and how we're trying to get better in a lot of areas in our life. And so we wanted to talk more about that because we're both very passionate about getting better at the things that we enjoy, that we want to do. And so we're trying to fix ourselves, and Go Fix Yourself was just like a good title that I really like. So we will be, right now, we will be gearing up for about a fall release is what we're looking at.
So September 3rd is going to be the first episode of the Go Fix Yourself podcast.
Yes, it'll be a completely different podcast, so you'll have to subscribe to that one as well. But like we said in the beginning, Cut and Caliber is not dead. It's just going to go away for a while. We'd like this podcast to be more of like a random podcast where we just come over and we talk about other subjects other than personal development, because we, as you probably, if you've been listening, we like to talk about random stuff. And so we kind of want to just make Cut and Caliber more about that and more about us and talking about whatever we want to talk about than personal development.
Yep. So like we said, it's going to start September 3rd. We got the Instagram page. It's going to be, everything's going to be gofixyourselfpodcast.com on Instagram, everything else. So go find us there, start following us. We'll start leaking a few things to kind of get you guys excited. And if you don't like this, well, then you can go fix yourself.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are gonna maybe think this is a little bit edgy too, because our slogan is gonna be like, go F yourself. A lot of people might get a lot of backlash, and that's okay. But we want to get people thinking about differently the phrase go F yourself. We'd like people to think, go fix yourself. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and if you have people in your life that you feel need improvement in some way, shape, or form, we're hoping to have an element on there where you're able to tell somebody to go fix themselves.
Yeah. And that was Kyla's idea, and I thought it was a great one. So, like, we're going to set up a number where you can text in a story or something where you can actually be a part of our podcast as well. And you let us know, and we'll call that person out. Be like, hey,
John Smith.
Yeah. Kay Redding. You gotta go fix yourself because your wife says you haven't cleaned the kitchen in a week or something like that. I don't know. But we'd like you guys to be a part of this podcast as well and be a little more interactive, and more than it has been. More than this podcast has been, really.
Yep. So, like we said, the first episode's going to be out September 3rd. We're in the middle of getting a bunch of things going. As you know, we both have a lot of stuff on our plates right now. So, we're juggling a lot of hats, and we'll be putting out stuff as soon as we can. So,
woo-hoo! Yeah.
Look forward to that episode, September 3rd. Check us out on all the social medias.
Go Fix Yourself Podcast.
Yep. And as always, we'll see you next time.
Bye.